Today we have with us Dr. Javed Akhtar, BHMS, BSc Clinical Pathology, MPhil Physiology, a legend from Pakistan, member National Council of Homeopathy, Chairman of Professional Development Program, Homeopathy, Government of Pakistan. Many years of teaching experience. The topic is China Officinalis Journey Episode 1.
Thank you, Ji. Good evening to all of you and IFPH team and Dr. Manoj sir and all of my colleagues, doctors, well-wishers. I'm very thankful to you, all of you. Today, I'm going to present about the journey of the China. Basically, it's the first time I'm sharing it in international forum. It's all the my information is based on my personal exploring and my research and different repertories, different materia medica. It is the only approach of the mental approach of the journey of the China officinalis. Now I'm going to, and basically the China is the medicine, is a big medicine. And it has I have divided into 2 or 3 episodes because it cannot be finished in 1 episode. So I decided to, with the collaboration with Sir Manoj, and it's divided into 3 parts. This is the China. What is the keynote of the China? China is one of the most difficult constitution type to come into grip with from the point of view of the personality. One reason for this is that it is rare type that is very poorly understood by most of homeopathic doctors. In fact, most homeopaths regard China as simply a local or acute remedy, not realizing that it is full constitutional type with its own unique personality profile. Another reason of China's obscurity is existing of contradictory element in the persona of the China individuals. Today topic, I am going to explain that's only types, terminology used in this China and specific in types and only types. I will not explain the other things. And what is the types of China? When you will understand the types of China, then we will go to the further what the actually China do. China sensitivity. Basically, why I'm going to basically this is a heading of this topic keynote. This is the sensitivity. The most sensitivity. The sensitivity, when the word sensitivity is a negative term, basically, it comes from the negativity. Or most of the coffea cruda and like this is a sensitivity of the coffea cruda. Ignitia is emotional, but China is also the major type of this medicine. That is the sensitivity, is the keynote sensitivity, and there is a 3 type of this sensitivity China. One is the timidity. This is a personality type. Criticism, ethereal nature. These are the 3 types. And on the basis of sensitivity, these are the 5 types. Emotional sensitivity, aesthetic sensitivity, physical sensitivity, sensory sensitivity, psychic sensitivity. These are the 5 types of the China, that is sensitivity type. And there are 2 types of China majorly defined. Number 1, worldly, and second one is the otherworldly. Worldly, relating to our consisting of physical things, our ordinary life rather than spiritual things. It's also called materialistic, dunyavi, dunyadari, worldly. This is the China. And second is the otherworldly, relating to or resembling that of the world other than the actual world. It's spiritual and metaphysical, beyond the science, not related to the physical world. These are both are very sensitive, But whereas the former is principally sensitive to any form of aggression. Former means worldly. The latter is also sensitive in a psychic sensitive. These ethereal Chinas are the most psychic of all constitutional type. They are generally fascinating people who are principally interested in spiritual matters. And they are all the more interesting because these spiritual interests are based on direct experience rather than intellectual attraction. They are generally quiet, modest people who possesses a great deal of wisdom which they will not cast before swine. It's an idiom which they will not cast before swine. Do not waste good things on people who will not appreciate them. Timidity, criticism, ethereal nature. China, now worldly, and I sketched that here a table. Worldly and otherworldly. Worldly is a sensitive, aesthetic sensitivity, physical sensitivity, sensory sensitivity, aggression, critical, and otherworldly, psychic sensitivity, emotional sensitivity, and ethereal, spiritual matters, timidity. These are the otherworldly are found in. Otherworldly, China, ethereal nature, that loving nature, humble and easygoing nature. So I have took the rubrics here: timidity, company in, timidity public about, timidity bashful, contrariness, irritability. This is basically before this I have told you that the timidity, critical, the fire which inspired more spiritual China, persona with meditative ecstasy and philosophical patience tends to be expressed as irritability in the more worldly China individuals. What is the contrary? Contrariness, these are the rubrics. And basically, if you read the rubrics, I explore the data from the rubrics because when you will read the Materia Medica, in certain time it's difficult to understand it. But rubric is one of the good approach of the writers. We can reach over the exact symptom of this, and secondly, we can reach the medicines, how much medicine are found in this. For example, anger stabbed anyone, so angry that he could have. It means when she is emotionally annoyed or emotionally intense feeling, she can stabbed and at that angry stage. How much level of this? Anger trifles about small things. Anger vexes others when she is annoyed. At that time, she will have an emotional intense feeling. Anger, violent, contemptuous, everything of contemptuous value of generally accepted, contradiction, intolerant of contradiction, contrary, offended easily, quarrelsome, sensitive moral impression to sensitive head during pain in. So this, what's the word of the head in when you are writing in the mind chapter? Sensitive head during pain in. What is the head? Head means the thing which is controlling you. When she is feeling the things which is that, like this is your head that control your emotion, everything. When she is suffering from the controlling units, at that time she's become sensitive. This fight for time of sensitivity arises. Sensitive noise too, shield sign too. What is the noise? Noise, the voice you does not like, that is called noise. Violent deeds are violent, rage leading to. There are two words, rage and anger. What the anger means? It is the only intense feeling of, and rage, intense feeling of annoyed. Rage in action. When it's the same word, but action, when action is involved in the anger, that is called rage. And what is the ethereal? Ethereal type. Ethereal means these ethereal Chinas are mostly most psychic of all constitution type. This is a psychic sensitivity, constitution type. Extremely delicate and light in a way that seems not to be this world. Ethereal means ethereal is for endear, although you touch, cause to be loved. Ethereal. I'm going to explain the ethereal. Ethereal E is for endear, all those you touch, cause to be loved. Number 2, T, ethereal, T is for tender, loving nature. H is for humble or sanity quality. E is for enjoy, your life can be fun. R is for relish, you seek a challenge. E is for excellence, your passion, your drive. 7, A is for amenable, for your easygoing nature. L is for look, the way you do. This is a basically ethereal. When you will understand the ethereal, this is a basic the characteristic of the ethereal, and you will easily understand China having the such characteristic of ethereal nature. Now you can easily understand it. If some person having such qualities, it means this person having the ethereal nature. Ethereal. Now I placed a rubric: affectionate, ardent, careful of trifles about, idealistic, mildness, amorous behavior, joy excessive, general. These are the rubrics. Emotional sensitivity. Now I'm going to explain the what is the sensitivity. Emotions. First is a topic of emotional sensitivity. Emotional sensitivity, you are really feeling lots of feeling or emotion, happy, sad, afraid, lonely. These are the basically sensitivity of what is the type emotional sensitivity. You are feeling lot of feeling. For example, sighing, sensitive, oversensitive. She's a oversensitive to all of the. It's a major medicine which is a oversensitive emotion. These are the rubrics. Sensitive emotion, noise to perspiration during, sensitive, noise to voice, order to flower, order. Order basically, this is the negative terms. When you are, order means basically it's not a smell only. Basically, when someone is at your home, your family, IPR person who does not like him, it means his voice, his noise, his all these things you does not like. We are using the word order. Order to flowers. Flowers, there are two meanings of this. One is a direct meaning, second is a metaphoric meaning. Metaphoric meaning, the people who are looking like they are good, they are appreciating, but she having the order of this, she's a very sensitive to those people are too. Sensual impression too. Noise to slightest, touch to, pain to, order to, want of sensitiveness. These are the sensitivity of the China. Anger, vexed, inclined to, aversion, person, all to, envy. There are two terms, envy and jealousy. Jealousy is a good, jealousy is the negative term, envy is a positive term. But both are the meaning of the jealousy. For example, in jealousy having three persons are involved, envy in two involved. For example, I'm going to explain the envy. A kid, a child, a student who want to see if this child is very good in school, and I want to do good. This is the envy. I want to do good like this. This is the envy. Jealousy means this person having such quality, he does not have such quality, but it comes to me. For example, if you see the jealousy, there are three persons involved. One person having a car, and other person want this car, and this person should not have a car. This car comes to me. This is the jealousy. Envy, this person should have, and I also have. This is called envy. Irritability, nervous with. Jealousy, sexual excitement with. Cheerful feeling. Now I'm going to come in the aesthetic. Aesthetic jamaliyati jisko kehte hain. Aesthetic, Our aesthetic is a branch of philosophy that deals with the nature of beauty and taste as well as the philosophy of art. It examines aesthetic values often expressed through judgment of taste. For example, this is the rubric, beautiful things awareness of heightened. She is very aware of what is the beauty of nature, of persons, personals are here and there. She is a very awareness of this beautiful thing. This is the aesthetic sensitivity. If there is a not beauty, then she's become sensitive. It's a negative term. And art ability, painting ability, philosophy ability are obsessed by. Now I'm coming to the physical sensitivity. What is the physical sensitivity? Physical sensitivity refers to the body being sensitive to change or influence which may result in an increased likelihood of negative reaction or injury. It is just an indication of persistently elevated stress and often anxiety. As you know, all of them, most of people, what are the physical reactions? China patients, most of the very sensitive, physical sensitive, for example, hot weather, cold weather, and also when he was taking something, some people are saying, I took the dinner from the hotel, I am feeling not good. These are the physical sensitivity. China is very sensitive to any kind of reaction or negative reaction or injuries. These are the physical sensitivities. And physical sensitivity, I placed certain rubrics of the mind chapter. Anxiety alternating with irritability. She's become irritable and become tense. Alternating in one time anxiety, another time irritability. Anxiety, diarrhea. And she feels that when I took the foods, and diarrhea will happen because I think taste is not good. She's become anxiety, diarrhea from. Anxiety eating while after. Anxiety palpitation with anxiety stomach in pit of. Carest being aversion to be. Anxiety torturing. These are all the physical sensitivity rubrics. Delusion hindered he is, tormented he is. Delusion pursued he was, enemies by. Hindered he is everyone by. Depression, sadness, pregnancy and depression, sadness, suicidal depression with. Delusion, hallucination, wrong fancies he has done, he has suffered the wrong. I did because it's wrong suffered. Delusion, obstructed being. These are all the physical sensitivity. And sensory, what is the sensory sensitivity? Sensory refer to each of their sensory channel. There are 5: sight, sound, taste, smell, touch, and pain. Okay. Sensory processing sensitivity is a temperamental or personality trait involving an increased sensitivity of the central nervous system and the deeper cognitive processing of physical and social and emotional stimuli. These are the rubrics of the sensory sensitivity: sensitive touch to, moaning touch to, fear touch of being, sensitive, oversensitive, emotional, cooked food smell of, sensitive noise to, slightest noise to, shrill sounds to, sensitive sensual pressure to, head during pain in, sensitive odor to cooked food of, sensitive emotional odor to flowers. These are the sensitivity of the sensory sensitivity. And next one is the last one is the psychic sensitivity. What is the psychic sensitivity? Psychic sensitivity, you unlock the secrets of the occult world. It's the metaphysics. Meta means after. Physics, the branch of science that deals with the structure of the matter and how the fundamental constituents of the universe interact. It studies objects ranging from the very small using quantum machines to the entire universe using general relativity. Metaphysics. Beyond the physics, are beyond the reality, observable to non-observable, nature of reality. Plato narrate a story. Plato, he was a scientist who narrate a story. He would narrate a story and explain about the metaphysics. He told two themes. First theme and second theme. And what's the story? Plato story. I'm going to explain a person who was in jail in dark area. He was watching a shadow on the other side of the wall, up going here and there, and they were looking. What is the shadow? And when the one person after in the jail, he escaped there, and he saw the people who is a white in color and hair like that and that color and is like this. This is a real person. Oh, this is a person. And when he comes back, he explained, this is a person which I was seen shadow, but actually is not that like that. It means the real world and the other world. This is the metaphysics. I'm going to explain here. Just like the pen, you can see this pen. If you see the shadow of this pen, and you will see this is a long bar, but you will see directly pen. Oh, it's the color is the black, and it's a hair like that. That's a golden. And if you see the shadow, you will see black everything. And therefore, he explained metaphysics first thing, and that is called study of cause cannot alter God. Basically, it's the first theme. There are metaphysics. First theme is the in rational world is the you can say is a you might have Big Bang theory, and second one is the study of the God. Study of cause cannot alter God. And the second theme is the fundamental study of being. Study of being. If you want to read more and more, you can study its fundamental study of being. Study of being. And it's further divided into two, primary and secondary. Primary is the substance in relation, one thing to another relation. And secondary, and primary is three components: substance, relation, quantity. And secondary is the place, time, situation. And this is the second theme. It was a metaphysics, study of the God, and second is the fundamental study, the study of being. And another continental rationalist, they are further explain the metaphysics. They are divided into two parts: general and special metaphysics. General is ontology, and ontology means study of existence. And second one is a special metaphysics, mind, body, soul. And what is the difference between the ontology and metaphysics? Metaphysics means how these things comes, and the word used how. And ontology means how these what is the existence of these things. This is the ontology, study of the existence of things. And ontology, how this comes. This is the difference only. Both are the metaphysics. This is a metaphysics. Just I'm going to tell you, because when you study the metaphysics, then you will homeopathy. You can easily understand it. Psychic sensitivity. These ethereal chinas are the most psychic of all constitutional type. Most, the word we are using here, most psychic of all constitutional. They are generally fascinating people who are principally interested in spiritual matters, and they are all the more interesting because their spiritual interests are based on direct experience rather than intellectual attraction. They are generally quite modest people who possess a great deal of wisdom which they will not cast before swine. The rubric, what the rubric is used, is taken from the synthesis repertoire. Metaphysical concepts rakes brain about. The second incomplete repertoire, speculation, mind dwells on philosophical. There are four medicine there, cannabis indica, China, sulfur, and natrumcar. I'm going to explain what is the meaning of this metaphysical concept rakes brain about. What is the metaphysical? I have already explained you. Concepts. Rakes means in the wall you are placing something. These are rakes and brains. Metaphysical concepts are placing in the mind. These are there are four medicine. Metaphysical concepts rakes brain about. The concept of relating to metaphysical supernatural sense, the branch of philosophy that studies the fundamental nature of the reality. Types of philosophy are studied that uses broad concepts to help define reality and our understanding of it, having in its mind forming of a theory without firm evidence and dwells on relating to fundamental nature, knowledge, reality, and existence. These are China. China's psychic sensitivity beyond natural or known physical possesses apparently sensitive to force beyond the physical world. A person apparently sensitive to non-physical forces. Sensitive to non-physical or supernatural forces that influence, marked by extraordinary or mysterious sensitivity, perception, or understanding. China is more liable to philosophical and passionate love of talking without spiritual matter. These are the rubrics, innovative, contemptuous value of these are the rubrics: theorizing, philosophy ability, reading desire to read, thoughts foolish, thoughts in the night versus makes poetry. I will give the example later on. Don't worry about this. You will understand it very easily. What is the metaphysical concept and rakes in the brain and how she is sensitive to these things. Touch, mental aversion to being, childbirth during. This is also metaphysical concept. Touch, aversion to being, childbirth during. What is the meaning of this? Direct meaning is that mind and feeling affected with emotion, mood, especially with sympathy or gratitude. I'm going to explain here. Basically, when the child newborn, in the childbirth during, mother-in-law, father-in-law, as own father, as own mother, or sister, or husband, whatever the person, when he touch her during childbirth, he does not like to touch. Touch means she does not like to, they should sympathize her. They will not. Why? Because if the person, for example, if her husband or her mother-in-law, she knows these person are not good enough. When they touched, because they having some problems, psychic sensitivity, she knows they have they're not good character, and my child, during my delivery, it will happen to something with me. Therefore, she does not like to during childbirth. As you might have seen it, and I'm going to use the word gutti in certain region of, especially in Hindustan, in India and Pakistan and Bangladesh, these countries are using gutti. When the child is born, they are using gutti. So when child is grown to the mature side, we are saying your mother-in-law was putting the gutti. Therefore, this child is not a good enough. This is a basically, she does not like to him. She is a sensitive such, because there's no reality behind this. Gutti, basically, it is beyond the science. It is, we are using these things. There is no science. There is no reality. Therefore, beyond the science, she is sensitive. She's a negative remarks of such things. Okay, I'm going to give the more example of this. Another rubric is a contemptuous value of generally accepted. What is the meaning of this? This is a single China, only China. China is disrespectful or insulting those objects being loved or giving importance. Why China contemptuous? China is irritability. Worldly China. Who is China? Worldly China are dealing with the material world. She is very psychic, and as I gained her confidence and prophetic dreams, her psychic life dominated her daily experience. She spent a lot of time either praying or meditating and thinking about her vision, and her work as an artist and a poet revolved around her psychic and spiritual experience. And this is the meaning of the, therefore she is a disrespectful, insulting those things who having the values. For example, I'm going to, for example, her mother-in-law, basically she is a mother-in-law of her husband, and value of generally she's accepted. She's having the value. If she says, my child, my daughter-in-law, please do it and take this food, and she is this all these things are don't go here and there. She is insulting. She feels it's my insult. They are giving me importance. This is my insult. I don't like these people. This is the meaning of this. Delusion work hindered at work is. This is a single rubric, single medicine rubric of China. Delusion work hindered at work is. Now what you understand it. Hindered means obstacle, means hindered means the thing which your emotion, actions are not accordingly. There something is something is behind it. And why? When, for example, I'm going to explain here, passion feels make it difficult for activity to do something or interfere with the activity or progress. For example, if you want to become a doctor, and she says, it's difficult to me to become a doctor because my family does not like it. They're hindered me. They give me some insulting talking like that, and I can't read it, and I can't cover these things because this hindered me. And it's like also physical. For example, if you want to go to some other country or somewhere, you say I can't go here there because my body does not having the capacity to go over there. This is hindered, and I could not work and could not go here and there. Whatever the person who is doing the activity, this activity will hinder it. Direct meaning, and also it's a metaphysical. The 5 type of the sensitivity, aesthetic sensitivity. For example, if some girl want to say go to the lecture hall, she does not like because my beauty will hinder me. I have a scar. My color is not fine, so I cannot go over there because this hindered me. Aesthetic sensitivity, emotional sensitivity, psychic sensitivity, sensory, all these sensitivity will hinder her work. This is a basically mind rubric. I've written here, for example, delusion persecuted, he is hindered at work, feel unfortunate. I am unfortunate. In another rubric, very important, mind, merriment, desire. We'll go with this rubric in next one. Okay. Delusion unfortunate is okay. Persuasion aggravation. Another psychic sensitivity. Persuasion. What is the meaning of persuasion? Passion is more serious or worse or annoyed due to persuasion. Is the act of influencing someone to do something or to change their mind. Or persuasion is the process in which one person or entity tries to influence another person or group of people to change their belief or behavior. In this process, passion becomes worse. Or persuasion is a process by which the person's attitude or behavior are without duress, influenced by communication from other people. One's attitude or behavior are also affected by other factors, for example, verbal threat, physical correction, one's physiological state. All these things cause to worse. For example, I'm going to some examples. If you go to if you want to become doctor, I will kill you. And you have to change your mind. This person want to change it. Therefore, she is become persuasion aggravation. If some belief, for example, if you are Christians and someone want to say you become this to change your religion, and they want to pursue, they will change. And this because she is a philosophy ability, art ability, and also talented. And if someone is in you have compulsory, you will change their mind and belief, she will aggravate it. In the routine life, in daily life, for example, mother is if the woman who got married and her husband says, please wear this type of cloth, and because it is our traditions, and she will, and it's look good, and she says, and you are believing my mind, changing my mind. I'm sorry. And she will become aggravated. She's become aggravated. She will not react like that. She will become censorious. She become angry, and this will out of this. And most of the sensitive of this. And another rubric is a fear creeping things. What is the meaning of single medicine? Only China. Creeping. What is the meaning creeping? It is a direct meaning. I'm not using the here word creeping. Creeping symbolizes struggle of the woman. She wants to overcome discrimination and domestic captivity. Actually, is the meaning of this. Because when you will read the mind rubric is specific things. You will read understand the rubric with the reference to the medicine. Then you will understand the true meaning of this rubric. Creeping symbolize the direct creeping means the ringne wale, the animals who are creep over there. But who are they? Because it's the symbolic meaning. Struggles of women, she is struggling. She wants to overcome the discrimination and domestic captivity. She doesn't want to be domestic captivity and pets. China feels apprehension, afraid of such things which are domesticate her own domestic captivity. Therefore, I use the rubric here. Irritability, petting, aggravation, delirium, tormented. He is sensitive, touched to, oversensitive, emotional, fear, hurt of being, pitted of being, approaching fear, other approaching him, least he touch. Now, fear knives up. Here, very beautiful rubric is fear knives up. What is the meaning of fear knives up? It's a direct meaning is the fear knives up means you are having the afraid of knives. Meaning sharp things, sharp and good. What is the knives? Actually, what is the knives? Actually, knife, the word used, knife, basically, when you are IPR using such critical words, but censorious words, these are the knives of dead China. Okay, therefore she having the afraid, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, whatever, my IPR interpersonal relation, when they are using such critical words, She is afraid of those words because these words are killing up, injuring, fearful of. Okay. Now I'm going to hear the psychic sensitivity, the other examples. This is a very here. This is basically using in the India. Everyone can tell me what is the, if you see this woman, she is wearing Mangal Sutra. What you will assess when the woman who is using Mangal Sutra? What you will assess? What you will, sir? Manoj sir, what you will assess when a woman is wearing a Mangal Sutra? What is the meaning of this?
She married woman.
Okay, married woman. Basically, Mangal Sutra, there is no science behind this. This is a religious, this is a traditional, whatever you can say, but not science. There is no relation between reality, science. And when she wears Mangal Sutra, and she says, I know she's because beautiful awareness of heightened. People will say, you are married? It means you are wearing Mangal Sutra, and she's sensitive to such things. Because when you are wearing these things, she becomes sensitive. Mangal Sutra, because there is no science. Beyond that, this is a psychic sensitivity. Okay, this is an example of this, and she does not like because it's the beauty. What is the beauty? Beauty doesn't mean this is the only face beauty. The beauty of nature, beauty of existence. The people will understand you are married, and there is no value of the her. Okay. And another example. This is an example of Guti. This is a newborn child. If Guti is basically is using in certain countries and certain regions, and they are when the baby is born, as an elder family, whatever the person who is first, whatever the dose or whatever things are given to the child, because it is a good enough for him, and he is using Guti. And when she hear about this, my grandfather given me a Guti, therefore I have a problem. Because there is no reality beyond, there is no science. Psychic sensitive, metaphysics. And she's sensitive to such type of activity and such type of the psychic sensitivity. Another, Rakhi. If a female, if a sister or female who are doing the Rakhi, what will happen? It means, what is the reality behind it? What is the science behind this? There is no science. It is an emotional relationship. Okay, and she's become sensitive. The person becomes sensitive to such. This is a psychic sensitivity examples. And why? Because beautiful things, awareness heightened. Innovative. Achha, okay. China is innovative. Only 3 medicines are innovative. China, self, and tuberculinium. In all the material medica, only 3 medicines. Innovative means using a new methods of ideas. China officials, they are artistic because their excitability, they have a sense of beauty, which is very refined. Colors are more vivid of them. These are the, these are the, sir. And another example is, innovative. And second one is the talented child. Talented children. China archetype is diamond. Like it. This is the basically talented child. Because it's philosophical and all these diamond child. These are talent. Okay. I'm going to finish it. And painting ability. There are only 2 medicine. China and Staphylococcus. These having the ability. Art ability. If you see the China, if you go to home the China, you can see how much is artistic. Everything is placed in properly. Her curtains are designed properly, and she herself are designed. And where all walls and all these things are very beautifully and properly placed. And you can see the art of this. Innovative, these are the terms I've explained here. China self-entrepreneurialism. Continue with second episode, and thank you so much, sir.
Sir, how can we, sir, catch the China patient of the facet which it brings in our clinic? Generally,
Okay.
how can we? Rubrics are okay already, sir, we can study,
Okay.
but how we can get into
Basically, thank you, sir. Mukrit Singh, sir, thank you for your asking. One thing I'm going to explain here. Today, I have explained the only definitions of different types of the China. And in the next lecture, next coming two lecture, you will easily understand the China. When the patient comes to the China, you will easily pick it. This is the China. Today, only it is because when you will understand the terms and types of the China, different views of type, because human is so complicated. It is not easy to say like worldly China and otherworldly China. Worldly only materialistic, otherworldly only beyond the science, psychic. These are the two major types. And another is the timidity, critical, and censorious. And these are the also types. It's further some other types. And you can see here the different, there are 5 types of sensitivity. When you will just to understand these words and these types, and in coming lecture, inshallah, you will see it. I hope everyone can easily understand, even the person who is not homeopath, he will judge it. This is a China.